All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. So I've got the comparison that a lot of you guys wanted to see, the OnePlus 7T versus the Pixel 4 XL. So I'm going to run down my list here of things, and we'll see how they differ, and you know, which one I like better, or which one I would recommend, because those are questions that you guys are going to actually ask. So right off the top, this video is all about my opinion on these two devices and how they perform and what they do best, what they don't do good at. You know, just take it for what it is. You have your opinion about it. I have my opinion about it. Everything I'm saying in this video doesn't mean that I'm giving you the right answer. Again, this is just my experience and my opinion. So now let's get into the design and hardware. So we'll start with the OnePlus 7T. The OnePlus 7T takes on this frosted back design, and it's got a curved back. As you can see there, it slopes over the back like that. You've got a Type-C and a speaker down there, and then there's also two speakers in the top grill up there, thanks to Zach from Jerry Rig Everything. Then you've got this 3-camera setup back here, a macro lens, which is absolutely fantastic. I mean, I really tested that thing, and it's truly amazing. And then you've got, you know, a regular lens, and then a wide angle lens, and you've got the flash and everything there. You've got something I think all Android phones should have is this vibrate mute switch, and then you've got power, and then volume over here, microphone up there, and then you've got the SIM tray and everything on the bottom there. And on the front here, as you can see, you have a very large 6.5-inch display, 1080p, fluid AMOLED, they say, but to me, it's just a very beautiful display. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. You've got the little cutout at the top up there, but you pretty much have a full screen, and it is absolutely great. So now we got the Pixel 4 XL. This has a 2-camera setup on the back, a extremely a lens that can zoom and keep pictures super clear. Another thing I tested, and even though this has like that macro lens, this has that 8 times, I believe it is, lens. And then you got the little face over here, obviously. So you have a regular standard wide, and then you have that telephoto lens. And you got a nice design here with the frosted sides, unlike the slippery sides on this one. On the OnePlus shiny sides, you got matte black with a kind of a peach looking button for the power button. You've got the black volume rocker. You got the orange, this is the OSO orange, and then you have the SIM tray over here. And you've got the 2 out down here, microphone, charger, speaker, and you have another speaker in the earpiece up there. It is just absolutely great. You don't have any kind of fingerprint reader on this one, but you do have an in-screen fingerprint reader on this one, along with facial recognition. So they both have facial recognition, but this one has radar on the top and tons of sensors on the top up there to let you know that, you know, you can have, it's got these gestures and stuff, things I've only tested. I'm not using them actually, but you've got very fast facial recognition up there. And this is the 6.3-inch display over here on the Pixel 4, which is a Quad HD display, and it's absolutely beautiful. So hardware, to me, goes to the Pixel because it has this matte sides. I really don't need a case with this at all. The OnePlus, though, is really slippery, and on the sides, beautiful, beautiful color. I like the feel of it in the hand, but I give the edge to the Pixel for hardware and design. They're both different, folks. I mean, you got a square here and a circle there, you know, so neither one of these are the most beautiful for the camera setup. However, overall, I do like the feel in hand of the Pixel, and if you've never held the Pixel 4, I'm telling you, son, you will love how this feels. You don't have to wear a case. It's straight up matte black. It's just beautiful. And this also comes in white as well, and then it also comes in black. Now the black is a gloss, but it has 3 colors over here and 2 colors over here. This comes in like a gray color. This gradient thing is really nice, but I give the edge for design and hardware to the Pixel. And again, I do like the OnePlus's design, but the hardware kills it on here for me. It's really slippery. You can see a lot of fingerprints. I know you can see all those fingerprints, and this one doesn't really pick up fingerprints that at all. So hardware and design, the Pixel gets it. Yeah, So features and options. OnePlus is known for having the ability to customize. I mean, it's just incredible how much stuff OnePlus packs into this software. They even have a section for customize. And over here on the Pixel, you have styles and wallpaper. And if you go here to styles, you can actually customize. They have a little bit of thing going on here, but it still is not more than the OnePlus. But another feature and option that the OnePlus doesn't have is that radar. You can control your tracks. You can do a bunch of different things with that. I'd use it for music mainly, but that is an advanced feature and option. Over here, this is just customizing Android, which is not, I'm not downplaying it. It's actually really cool. But Google, as you can see, now stepped it up to stock game where you can create your own. You can create your own little themes and change the icons and things with it. Like I can change this right here and boom, I'm back to this. You know, so it's a matter of preference for what you want. And Google does have a slight advantage when it comes to features and options, only because of the radar, you know, the advanced facial recognition, and they too now have some kind of customizations right into the software for stock Android. OnePlus, on the other hand, has always been able to customize the launchers and change icons and things like that. So that's something we've seen before. So just a slight edge to features and options to the Pixel, and that's what it is. So I need to load up the same picture on here. So I'm going to do that, and I'll be right back. All right, so I've got the same wallpaper loaded up on both, and it probably looks a little bit zoomed on the OnePlus because, again, it's a 1080p display, and this is a Quad HD display, so you've got more pixels, so it's actually producing more. This is just an example of what the colors look like on both. They both look fantastic, honestly. I don't see much difference, but now I'm going to change the wallpaper to a different wallpaper. All right, so here's another wallpaper. And again, the OnePlus actually looks fantastic for it to be a AMOLED display. You do have that 90 hertz display on both of these, which is why I haven't mentioned it. But look at where the brightness is on both of these. That's because the OnePlus is 1,000 nits, folks. And that is where it shines over the Pixel. It probably doesn't come across good on video, but the OnePlus's display is beautiful for it to be a 1080p AMOLED display. I mean, the Pixel looks fantastic, but when it comes to brightness, the OnePlus is much brighter. And so this one's kind of I like the OnePlus better. I'm not gonna front, man. I do like I mean, they have that 90 hertz, but you see where the brightness is on both of these, and then look at how the pictures look. Over video, you probably can't tell too well, but the OnePlus is a lot brighter, and that's just what it is. So even though this is a Quad HD display, I actually like the display on the OnePlus 7T better. And that's just me. So now let's flip it over to cameras, and we'll take a look at that. And I'll just splice that in right now for you. So tell me what you think about the cameras. Let's take a look at it. All right, here's a quick video sample of just my new air fryer. I bought a second air fryer, and here's just a sample with the OnePlus and the Pixel. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you through the viewfinder, the Pixel is the accurate color of the box, or more accurate. The box is definitely not green the way the OnePlus is having it come across. It's more gray. The box is actually gray. So I don't know why the OnePlus looks green, like some sort of green, but the Pixel is definitely producing more true to life colors. Now here's something that's actually green, and once again the Pixel's colors are more accurate. The OnePlus is making it way more punchy and saturated than it truly is. But that's not to say the OnePlus is bad quality. The Pixel is just more true to life. All right, so those are the cameras. You can battle it out in the comments on which ones you think is better, but my opinion is While Google doesn't have 4K, and that video was at 1080p at 60 frames per second, by the way, on both. The OnePlus has the advantage because it has a wide-angle lens and that macro lens, and the Pixel has the telephoto lens with a standard wide. But in reality, real-world use, most people don't use a telephoto lens a lot. They will probably use a wide-angle lens. So this one's kind of a toss-up because I like that the OnePlus has that wide-angle lens, and then the OnePlus does not have bad cameras. The cameras are fantastic. But then when you put it against the Pixel for taking photos, just regular photos, I didn't even do any portrait shots. Look at how those photos and those photos came out in the next quick video clip. It's 30 degrees outside, so if you're wondering, that's why I'm not outside. And also it's nighttime. But the OnePlus, I put up a video on the nighttime shots, and they are phenomenal. But I gotta tell you, the Pixel colors are more accurate, and the Pixel, I just like the way the photos look on the Pixel when compared to the OnePlus. The OnePlus has probably never had a strong suit on cameras, but let me show some respect here. The OnePlus's cameras are fantastic, folks. They are fantastic. It's been hard to use both of these at the same time, but I'm in my Pixel review phase. I'm probably, I don't know, 2 weeks in with this phone. I'm not sure, but I'm only about a week in with this phone, if that, I believe. So they're both going strong, but I do give the edge to the Pixel for quality. But then I like the OnePlus has that macro lens and it has the wide angle lens. So this is kind of a toss up for me. Anyway, software. Look at how they're flowing through. I'm just kind of, they both have 90 hertz. I'll leave them both at 90 hertz. If you're wondering, I don't change. Look at how they look. Some people want to see this scrolling effect, but you know, the 90 hertz to me, I honestly cannot tell the difference. And both of these have 90 hertz. They're both fast. Performance on these, I don't see a difference, folks. I really don't. They are both legit fast. Opening apps and things like that. If that's important to you, to see who opens the app the fastest, you know, that's kind of a, you know, doesn't really, I don't think that means anything. But let's open up Twitter. You see, this has 8 gigs of RAM, this has 6. So they both have that nice smooth animation. You see? See, they're just so fast. If you slow that down, you're probably gonna see the OnePlus edging it out by probably a 0.000. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. They're both fast. So performance for me, I like them both. And software, they're both pretty much running stock Android, and you can customize both of them. So no complaints on either one of these, man. Just no complaints. I like them both. I'm not griping about either one. So even though this has 8 gigs of RAM, they both have 128 gigs of storage. And this one is actually running the Snapdragon 855. But I think the 855, Plus on the OnePlus. But I think the Plus, you know, just gets you a little bit more in gaming. You know what I'm saying? So it's up to you to decide, you know, which one you think is the fastest. But I think they're both fast. And those people who comment and say you can't go wrong with either one, this is a situation where you're 100% right. Truth. Now, where the OnePlus slaughters, I shouldn't say it like that. It doesn't slaughter it. It's just better. On the OnePlus, battery life is like 27 to 30 hours on a single charge with about 7 to possibly 9 hours of screen on time. And on the Pixel, I've yet to see 8 hours of screen on time, but I have been able to get between 6 and 7. So the OnePlus, sorry, I had to turn my computer back on. The OnePlus is definitely better at battery. And that's just what it is. OnePlus is better on battery. No complaints about it. Now, the OnePlus also wins in the next category, which is price. The OnePlus is $599. The OnePlus 7T is $599. And even now, the OnePlus 7 Pro is $650 on OnePlus's website. They're trying to get rid of it, I guess. But the 7T is $599 flat out. 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage. This is $899 for the 64 gig and $999 for the 128 gig, I believe. So price, the OnePlus completely wins. It's $400 less. ultimately, because the 128 gig is $1,000 for this, and the 128 gig is $599 for this. So OnePlus wins in price. They won the price war a long time ago. So you can chalk those up. Let's see who got the win here. Design, I gave it to the Pixel. Features and options, I gave it to the Pixel. Screen, I like the OnePlus better. Camera, I like the Pixel better. Performance is a draw. Software is a draw. Battery, the OnePlus. Price, the OnePlus. So tally those up, and that's technically your winner on paper. Recommending these though, it's a hard sale. Like both of these are stock Android, and Pixel lovers are gonna pick the Pixel, and OnePlus owners are gonna pick the OnePlus. But if I have a neutral party in front of me, I'm gonna ask them, is hardware design important to you? Do you wear a case? Because this comes with a free case, what I'm saying? And the case is boss. I've been wearing it because, been outside traveling and stuff. So the faster charging is also on the OnePlus, the waterproofing is on there, so there's a lot to like about both of these phones. But if a person is coming up to me with a neutral stance and say, hey, Jay, I can't spend $1,000 on a phone, I want to tell them, hey, what's the most you're going to spend? If they just have these two in front of them, I would say, obviously, the logical choice is the OnePlus if you're thinking about just money. If you're thinking about just money, well, yeah, the OnePlus 7T is a beast of a phone. But if you don't have a problem with money and you want official updates and you want an official device from Google, obviously the Pixel is the one I would recommend. The OnePlus does get updates, but the Pixel gets updates directly from Google. So you get a Quad HD display. They both have stereo speakers. They're both good. I didn't test the speakers because, you really can't. I've learned that when I do those speaker battles, it's very hard to tell the difference from the speakers over the video because I'm not using a decimal reader. So I'm going to try to get away from doing that unless there's a dramatic difference. Like with my Pixel Book and my Pixel Slate, there's a dramatic difference in that. You can clearly hear the difference. But with these, they're both fantastic, man. You can't go wrong. These are kind of equally matched, but the OnePlus just is cost lower, and the OnePlus also has 2 more gigs of RAM and a Snapdragon 855 Plus. So logically, you should be picking the OnePlus 7T if your budget is a certain way and you want the most phone you could get for under $600. This is one of them. You also don't forget the Axon 10 Pro. It's got even more. I would recommend that probably over both of these when you think about it, if you're just looking at price. Because the Axon 10 Pro has stock Android as well. It's got 8 gigs or 12 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage, and an SD card. So, the cameras on that are good too. The battery is fantastic on the Axon 10 Pro. So you're going to have to make a decision on your own. But for these two right here, and I will be comparing the Axon 10 Pro, so don't get it twisted. But these two right here, the OnePlus wins the price war, and but the Pixel overall wins the battle, I would say, because, and I'm not saying I'm recommending the Pixel over the OnePlus 7T. I'm telling you directly, the OnePlus 7T is the logical choice because you're getting a bunch of specs, you're getting a great phone, good battery, good cameras, and it costs less. So yeah, buy this one. But for me, the Pixel feels better. It's not that it looks better, but the color options are there. The cameras are better. It still has good battery, even though it's about a couple hours short of this one. It has stereo speakers, it's there. So, I like them both though. The good part for me is I don't technically have to choose. I just have to tell you which one I would tell you to buy. And I would tell you to buy the OnePlus 7T if your pockets are that way. If you just wanted the most specs you can fit into a phone that you think of. But, we can't sleep on the Pixel, man. It has tons and tons of features. Right now, the radar, people are laughing at it, because, they're saying that you can, it's not logical, you're not really going to use it. Honestly, I only use it for music, but you can also change your music with your voice. So, but there's just something about having the official Google device. Yes, I changed the icons to like the square, round square. But there's just something about having the official Google device that makes me feel a little bit more comfortable and not having to wait on updates if that be the case. If you're concerned about official updates, obviously the Pixel is the way to go. If you want, to me, which I would consider the fantastic feeling phone, you know, it's just there, man. It's there. But there you have it, man. All my opinion, all subjective. I'm objectively telling you this, but it is subjective if you disagree or you feel like, you know, Jay, you're wrong. You should just buy the OnePlus 7T. But I kind of laid these out in every category from my opinion and my perspective. And this is the way I see it. So for now, there you have it. It's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. Pixel and OnePlus 7T all in one video. Let's go.